Right. I think it might be videoing. I'm not sure if it is or not. Basically, I'm having a lot of trouble with the Kodak. But I wanted to do some videoing with it. Because it hasn't really allowed me to. Now, what's fortunate about coming down this now, before heavy rain's going to come in a couple of days, before the thaw sets in and we don't have the harder ground, what's going to happen is... What's going to happen? This route is very dry. Very dry. It's usually very, very boggy down by the gate, down the bottom. That's when it's usually very, very boggy. Yeah, but about half an hour ago now, I expect. It was 1:45, so it must be about 1:15 now, which means I've got 3 hours. Now, I would normally have got a 4 o'clock, well, I'm getting a 4 o'clock bus, but occasionally, if I was just doing an easier walk, I would do a 3 o'clock. Especially this time of year. Now this is just letting me know what's going on for when I do the walk from Westbury Sub Mendip, and I'll probably go through the reserve on that occasion. After having come through where I have now, I'll probably do the reserve on that occasion, so I'm keeping that for that time. Now, sometimes I thought it was quicker this way, but it actually takes a good hour from the time you get down into the hamlet down here to walk up, round and through, and, you know, it can take an hour, easily, if you want to enjoy the walk. I mean, there have been occasions when I've almost started to run so I wouldn't miss a bus, thinking I had time and not forgetting how long it can take you to go from A to B. Yeah, it's a lovely little walk. This is the West Mendip Way, by the way, if I didn't point it out. All the way down here. It's well used by walkers. It's an old pilgrim track. It wasn't always called the West Mendip Way. That's a modern invention, I think. It probably had some other name. A drove between villages. But this is the route you take if you want to walk to Wells. There are other routes via Priddy as well. They don't all come this way, so... There's more than one West Mendip Way, I always say. You see the signs turning up everywhere. So... Yeah. I know when I did it, I went the Priddy way, I'm sure of that. We didn't come up here. I don't think we came up here at all. We went across the top by Crook's Peak, Waverley down, all that, and then up the other side. And we went that way, I think. Yeah, this is a lovely, lovely, pleasant day, and everyone I've met today has been happy. But like I was saying a minute ago, there's trouble in the world. There's a lot of hate and fighting, and we're joining in, bombing, doing some bombing here and there. Armies are preparing for the worst, and they're going to start scaring people soon when they're saying that we might be at war soon. On a big scale, not just a small war, because involving the likes of Russia, China, the Middle Eastern countries, who hold us responsible for a lot of their problems. Do they? Yeah, they do. Right, I've just got to turn off anyway. It's a lovely day. But I always do mention some world events. So when I look back at a video, it does sometimes home in on what was going on at the time. And I'm actually going to keep it going because we're on Kodak video, which, you know, I wanted to use. So I think I might just carry on using it for a bit longer. I do actually want to stop and have a bit more of a picnic yet. Yeah, I met an interesting woman. She went out for a walk in between meeting or something. And I thought, wow. I said to her, oh, you won't be falling asleep in the back row then, you'll be full of energy. She laughed. She said, oh, I don't fall asleep in the back row. I don't know what sort of... Perhaps she could have been a headmistress or something. I mean, who knows what people do in their lunch break. She's down in the village anyway. Right, we're nearly at the bottom. Now, like I said, I've been down here before when this has been a total quagmire. Really, 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 really muddy. Now, it could get muddy yet, but, like I pointed out earlier, because of the cold weather, what was normally thick sludge and mud hasn't had a chance to thaw yet. It might have thawed a little bit now. See, we're coming up to a boggy area now. See, look at this, near the trough. But we might be able to get through it. But see, there's if I put my foot there, it's still not too bad to tread on. But until it gets but there's a leak of water melting it here that we're going to have to make our way down through. But it's not too bad. There's a lot of stones that we can tread on. Yeah, someone's put a little stone down. It's not thick mud. Because if you notice, I haven't put on my leggings, which I normally put on to protect me from the mud. Right, over and out for a minute. We've probably just about got enough memory. Power to do a little bit of video, and as I've left that area, we've probably just about got enough just to do a little bit more before I have to put it on charge again. It seems to work alright if you don't have it connected, so I charged it up a bit. So you can imagine that was quite bad then, but not as bad as it would be in a couple of days' time when it pours with rain. That'll be a mud bath back there. It's thawed out a bit. My boots are quite muddy. I've got to be careful not to touch my trousers if I can help it. I'll give him a good time. I've got to walk my feet apart because my jeans aren't too bad at the moment. I haven't had to put the leg warmers on, not leg warmers, the windshield and mud shields, waterproof trousers in other words. I haven't had to put them on because I haven't really been in mud until now. forgot about putting them on, to tell the truth. Oh, yeah, it's very slippery. Let's get over that side. Walk on the grass. So this is Sheila on the 18th of January 2024, out on the Draycott to Cheddar walk on the West Mendip Way. Now when I do the Westbury Sub Mendip walk in a couple of weeks' time, before the cows are out, I will go down through the reserve that I was going to look at today, but decided to do this one today because if it's going to start getting wet more, this would be a quagmire, a big quagmire. So I've done it today, where in theory it's less quagmire-ish, but it is still pretty muddy. I'll give them a good clean when I get down the bottom. Right, over and out for a minute. Right then. We're on the West Mendip Way. We're going downhill now. Cheddar's over there. We're having a nice, quiet, steady walk. No rush. I'm allowing plenty of time. I haven't looked at the clock. I'm going to look at the clock when I reach the bottom here, down at the hamlet. Because I've got to pace myself. I don't want to be hanging around 2 hours for a bus like I had to last time. Because I realised there's only buses that came. It went to Sanford, although I now realise I can get on that bus if I wanted to, rather than hang about and then wait at Winscombe. So anyway, we're going down here. We could encounter more mud yet. My boots have been very muddy, but I'm trying to clean off the excess as I go along, because I haven't got my waterproofs on, but my jeans will still get a bit muddy. There could be more mud yet. Actually, I might check the time when I get to this gate. So sometimes it's round about here. I have a break with my hot water, which I might do. Might do it here, or I might do it around the corner in the sunshine. Yeah, I might do it a bit further on. Yeah, it feels like I haven't done this for a while. I always avoid it in the summer because I know there are cows here. So it's not very often I do this, and I hardly ever go upwards if I do it. Letting the Kodak do a bit of work. So yeah, this is a nice... Look at this lovely... This will get the loose mud off. Yeah, I think... I still don't think I'd make it in time for the 4 o'clock if I did it from Westbury Sub Mendip. I really don't know if I would do it in time. Because you've got to allow... If I didn't get the Westbury Sub Mendip till 10:30, 11 o'clock, then you've got to walk from there to Draycott. Then you've got to add on 3 hours for the walk from Draycott to Cheddar. So I think, although I have had 6 hours, I think it would be a very narrow margin. That's where a 5 o'clock bus would be very useful. A 5 o'clock bus. Or a 5:10 bus would be useful, which I'm hoping they'll bring in the summer, because I am sure the single decker isn't going to be big enough in the summer months for all the people. I mean, imagine they put a double decker on to go to Sand Bay and hardly anyone's ever on it, and they put an open air one on there. Right, I'm going to stop up here in the sunshine and have another drink of water and a packet of crisps.